the high note. The high note.
Welcome to Earth.
Chills.
I am, of course, your co-full host, Zach. You?
I'm the co-full host, Roberto, and
I knew
have
that.
I have chills right now
Because of
you're singing.
my very high note?
Yeah.
Should I do it again? You want me to do it again?
No.
Okay. Well, welcome to the show. This is, of course, Welcome to Earth, the show where we talk to the supernatural, the otherworldly, and sometimes the just plain ordinary. Now, we do have three very interesting specimens of that nature today. Firstly, somebody's starting a club.
Excellent.
Secondly, there's going to be a world explorer.
I want to go back to the guy with the club.
Okay.
I feel like on this podcast we'll introduce characters like that, and it's just a sneaky way of like this guy club seals or something like that.
Goodness. You don't think it's going to be anything so tawdry?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I want to speak for you when I say that.
I think so.
Okay, yeah.
I'm asking, do I think so?
Yeah, you think so. I'm speaking on your behalf.
I really am disappointed that I think that.
The listeners don't know, but whenever we say anything, we're speaking for each other at
That's
any
right.
given moment. So I say your opinion.
I never know what I feel. I'm glad to have you. Like, we are an inseparable duo because I never know how I feel, and neither do you.
We're attached by each of our toes.
And that's how we transmit thoughts and feelings?
Yeah.
That's an interesting thing to add to our lore. I like it.
Opening.
All right, so we do have the World Explorer coming up second, and then finally we'll be talking to someone who claims to be a pickup artist. I've got a lot of questions for them because I have never been able to successfully land someone of the opposite sex. I just...
Like a plane?
Like a plane.
You've never been able to land...
I can't land on
like
them.
that.
I've tried to jump on women before, and it's never worked in my favor. They've been angry, and I've knocked them out of the way. I've knocked them downstairs.
Do you think it was
I've
how
knocked them
you
up.
landed on them?
Huh?
Do you think it was how you landed on them physically?
It may have
your
been.
Body?
Yeah. I think I'm like shoulder.
Yeah,
I'm like shoulder first.
You don't have the body to fall on top of women. You just don't have the body type. You know, I think it's a... And I think that's a physically something that you can't fix.
I can't overcome that
I think
shortcoming.
God gave you a bad body to fall on top of.
God gave me a bad body, or he just gave me a bad body for landing on
I don't
women?
want to be. Listen again. I'm speaking for you here.
That's true. Yeah, because I don't know.
I'm speaking for you when I say God gave you, and by you I mean me. So God gave you a bad body for falling on women.
So you're saying, from my perspective, that you think that I've got a bad body.
Yeah, and it all makes sense.
Of course it does.
We didn't need to rehash it.
No, everybody, all the audience members really
Yeah.
understood that. I'm being condescending.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm really looking forward to hearing from the pickup artist because, as I say, I need some help.
And by you mean me.
You think that I need help.
So no, but I need some help.
You need help.
But when I say that, you need help.
You're saying that I think that you... I don't know. I'm getting tied up in all
this.
Anyway, all right, so let's get into the very first guest. What do you say? You say that?
You asked.
Yeah, and then your response was,
I couldn't give a shit right now.
That's such a weird position to take for a co-host.
I think it gives me that cool, like, sexy indifference.
Oh, like detached, like you're like, you don't
what
really
do you
care.
think? And I'm
like you're on the show, you put some effort into it clearly, but you don't want to like present that to the audience.
Yeah, right. Or else I look weak.
Yeah, you don't want to look weak. Not in front of these guys. These guys are looking for strong leaders.
And God gave me a good body, so I don't want to look weak.
That's what I
front
think.
of, yeah. We can't. I think that bit's over just so I don't get.
I'm never dropping that bit because it's not a bit.
No, for my own, like,
which is what you think.
For my like own mental stability. And by that I mean your mental stability.
That's right. Yeah, I'm weak in the mind.
Which of you two are thinking for me then?
Oh, Josh.
I think the audience thinks for you.
That's true. I think at all given times, does you speak for the?
You think for the audience. You are a vessel. You don't yourself think.
Like that.
You just you process what the audience is thinking and project it to us.
I understand.
And by that I mean I don't ever want you to speak. Please don't ever say anything.
The audience should never speak.
Yeah.
We don't want the audience to have a voice.
Only leave comments.
I'm gonna throw something at you.
I thought that was a sneeze. I was looking back concerned that you were dying of disease.
You're worried that much about sneezes?
Yeah. I mean, after COVID, I feel like anybody showing any amount of symptoms that could be indicative of disease, I feel like is just cause for mortal concern.
Whenever somebody sneezes around me, even if it's a stranger, I'm always like really happy for them because
they got the demons out.
Well, because sneezes feel so good. Nobody's unhappy that they just sneezed. They're usually like, "Oh, yes." And
yeah, kind of like pooping.
Yeah, that's how I speak when I poop.
You speak. You go poop. Oh yes.
Yeah, I'm usually.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I'm usually in the bathroom like, oh no, again.
So
And then
I know you have roommates. So do your roommates comment on the fact that you're always exclaiming after pooping?
I have to wait till they're out of the house to.
Yeah, that
to
makes
go-
sense.
Yeah, to
Or you can go to like a restaurant or something and poop in their bathroom.
which honestly makes it better because sometimes it's weeks when they're all out of the house at a given moment, and then I'm just like, then I just let her rip, and it takes.
What was that movie?
come down
The old movie where when Harry met Sally, when she's like orgasming over her meal, and she's like, "Oh yes, and he's like, "I'll have what she's having," and then you go to a restaurant and you poop in the bathroom. That's kind of like the final stage of that process where you eat really good food and then you're so happy. Additionally, when you poop it out,
You should.
maybe that's a compliment to the
think-
chef.
I think the better a meal is, the more enjoyable the
poop.
Yeah, the poop.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a nice.
Yeah, it's like it's a compliment in some countries to poop at the table, and then
I don't want us to say the word
about it.
poop ever again. Can we not like just on
All right,
this
shit.
podcast?
When you shit at the table,
I don't like that either. I think are we 6 minutes in?
in ancient Rome, they
start
used to
the- no,
actually
no.
in Greece, I think they used to shit at the table in little
What?
pots genuinely because they didn't want to leave the meal. The meal was so good and the social atmosphere was so good, they would literally shit at the table.
Immigrant grandmothers be like, you know what I'm saying?
And that's what-
Stay right there, finish your meal. Yeah.
And that's what we, the audience, want. Zach as a history knowledge.
Yes, that's me. I am the historian, the podcast historian. Now,
Yeah,
I can tell you
yeah.
about every culture.
The
Just
architect.
ask about a culture.
I don't. Let's go to the first. We're
Okay.
6 minutes in.
Hey, look, the audience wanted to hear me ramble about some culture's
That's
history,
true.
and I could have done it.
Josh did speak for the audience.
That's
so
right. All right,
fair.
but he speaks for the trees now. So the first guest we have is starting a club. So let's just introduce him right now. So Billy Smart, would you please open the door and let out the person starting a club, which is Jack Jim Joe. So Jack Jim Joe, have a seat over here.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Do you need to clear your throat?
No, I've got a problem with spitting in my mouth.
Swallow or something. I don't know, because
So I'm starting a club for you fellas to be joining.
didn't help.
What are you talking about?
No, you're good. You're good.
What didn't help?
No, you had a little in your voice, and I was hoping that swallowing might solve that
Is
problem
he
for
still
you.
there?
Say it again?
Is he still there?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, that's fine.
That's
But as
fine.
long
It's
as you
okay.
can understand me,
I
feel
can.
like
Yeah, I
okay,
can
it's
understand you fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm so happy to be
how
on
are
your
you?
podcast right now.
I'm happy to have you.
I've never been in a room with this many wires in it.
A lot of wires.
Wires, where they go, I don't know.
Well, usually from like the wall to a device or from one device to another so that it can like work remotely, like these lights, for example.
Oh, that's so interesting. That actually brings me to. It's funny. Well, oh God, my brain gets so caught up in so many things all the time. I'm starting a club. Okay. Hi, my name's Jack Jim Joe.
Jack Jim
I'm
Joe. Good to
starting
meet
a
you.
club.
I'm Zach.
I'm Jack.
Yeah, I'm Zach.
Oh, you're Zach.
I'm Zach.
I'm starting this club. It's a club for men to talk about their insecurities.
Oh, is this an extension of Hair Club for Men?
It's not. You got really excited when I said I've got a club for men.
I want to join your club for men.
And then I said about your insecurities, and it felt like your shoulders lowered a little bit. and I
was able to relax. Oh, finally, it's something for me.
Oh, so you're an insecure man.
Well, you know, I've got some insecurities, and I'd like to allay them, or at least hang out with other men that have similar insecurities.
Would you rather? Because this is a club that we spend 6 hours in a church basement.
Why?
Because it takes a long time to listen. A lot of men aren't willing to open up so quickly. Okay,
I know. I've just unloaded. I've just said, yeah, I've got insecurities.
and that's a special case. You're very interesting,
special.
man, but I'm telling you, sometimes it takes up to 4 or 5 hours to even get a man to speak out loud.
Wow.
'Cause
What? Really? In my experience, men always want to talk about themselves, right? I feel like,
Yeah,
you can't shut men up in this country.
Yeah, keep going, man. Fucking let it out.
Well, I'm just so insecure about, men just always want to yammer. And that's why they're always starting podcasts.
I'm
What?
sorry, I have to stop you right there.
Yeah?
You're on the bridge.
Excuse me?
You're on the brink.
Okay.
You're on the brink of complaining. This is,
I'm sorry.
this is not.
Do you not like hearing complaining?
This is not a club where we complain about our problems.
Oh.
This is a club where we talk about our insecurities.
And where is the line between talking of your insecurities and complaining?
It's right. It's at the door. Okay.
It's right at the door.
No complaints.
So you can put
past
like
the
one
door.
foot over the door? Like into the threshold of the room?
Are you looking for a place? Are you trying to complain? Like, why are you asking?
I guess I don't know how to talk of my insecurities without sounding like I'm complaining.
This is going to take hours.
Well, okay. All right. You're the expert, though. So
I am the expert. Well, this is mostly, I say I'm the expert. It's mostly a club where I get to talk about my insecurities and talk to a bunch of men about the things I'm insecure about.
So, hang on a second. So this is a club for you to complain about your insecurities and for us to make you feel better, or
if you wouldn't mind.
Okay, well, I guess I could do that.
We could have a session right here. Is that okay? Can I talk?
Yeah, let's give it a
talk, please.
Of course.
I'm so insecure. The first insecurity I have was walking into the room. I've never seen so many wires.
You're insecure about the wires?
Or not about the wires. I don't know what the wires do. Like, okay, follow me here. I went to a liberal arts college.
Whoa, speak English?
I went to a liberal arts college.
Okay.
Liberal arts college. Well, I didn't learn much. I learned how to tap dance. That was an elective, and that made me.
I would love it if that were a requirement at a liberal arts college.
To tap dance. That would be very funny, but nobody would take it.
No, I don't
nobody
think so.
would take it. It's funny when you do it. It's like extra class. I'll skip economics and then go to and then.
And classically, at liberal arts colleges, they want you to study the economy.
That's true. Actually, at the college that I went to, we tried to study economy, and the whole time the professor was just like, I don't really know, but look at the chart. I don't know, but look at the charts. And
let's just navigate by feeling. How are we going to solve the economy?
We actually did go to the economy, and it was just talking about how we felt about money the whole time.
Oh, well, how do you feel about money?
It makes me terribly insecure.
Oh, no.
I'm very insecure. I have no money.
Oh, well, I guess that does make sense. So you have no money, but you've started this club. How many members do you have? And do the members pay dues? Maybe that'll help with your money situation.
Well, how willing are you gentlemen to join a club with me?
Well,
I talk about my insecurities to you in a church basement for 6 hours at a time. Up to 7 hours, and or 8 if we have a coffee hour.
I was thinking that your face after that, you're very excited about this.
That's my pitch.
I was honestly going to say no because I don't know. I was initially excited if it could be a place that I could come and unburden myself of my insecurities. But then you were saying that it's really just us listening to you, and I was going to say no to that. But then your face was so excited. It was infectious.
You can talk. Just like not until I'm done talking.
Okay, so you're just first.
I go first. I always go first so that you know what to talk about when you talk.
Oh, we have to talk of your insecurities?
I'm insecure about my body shape.
Okay.
Its shape's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Don't agree.
Well, all right.
Don't agree. My body, you're supposed to be like, no, I can't do the 3.
Oh, well, so this is an ad hoc session we're in right now.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, sorry.
That
made me really insecure. What does that mean? What is ad hoc?
Ad hoc, impromptu.
Why don't you just say that? You're trying to make me feel stupid?
What came to my mind first? I don't know.
Okay, smart guy over here.
Oh, smarty pants. No, in Latin.
Latin?
It's a dead language.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's very fair. Listen, I went to a liberal arts college. I don't know many things.
True. Yeah, I feel like you're not really going to learn any Latin outside of Catholic churches these days.
I took the tap dancing elective 40 times.
40? Were you failing?
And then I dropped out.
Were you failing it every time?
No. I just really wanted to get good at it.
Get good, boy. Get good, son.
That's what people say when they're being mean to me.
Oh, I was just kidding anyway.
There's a lot of bullies at liberal arts colleges.
I bet there are. Honestly, I think the liberals are not liberals.
This is not a session where we complain. We're not complaining.
And I certainly wasn't making this political.
At the door.
I was. I feel like a lot of liberal arts sort of people can have a very bullying kind of energy. Like if you haven't read the same books that they have, or seen the same plays that they have, or analyzed it in the same way they have,
I can't even read.
Wow.
It makes me very insecure.
Is that why you're trying to fill up your schedule with classes like tap dancing where you don't need to read?
It's its own language. You know, it's its own language where you walk into a room and you just get to stomp around because you're so angry. And then you walk out of the class and you just wear your tights into the dining hall. And then people are all like, ooh. And I take that as a compliment.
Oh, yeah? Did you get a lot of, I don't know, what kind of sexual orientation do you have knocking around your brain?
I've never been asked a question like that.
Well,
are you asking me if I'm straight or gay?
Or anything in between?
Okay. That's a good question. I've never quite figured that part out yet.
Okay.
It makes me terribly insecure. I feel like everybody knows pretty well what they're into.
Yeah.
But I just like...
You haven't figured out if you like the look of a man butt or a female
I think I like
burginer?
it all. I think I like it all, you know?
So you like a female burginer?
Again, never been asked a question like that before.
Just the look of it. Just the straight up look of it. You don't have to do anything.
I've never seen one.
You've never seen a burginer?
No.
A female one. Well, there's a great website that I can hook you up with after the show. I'm not going to name it here, but
that's okay.
It starts with the word porn. And it ends in a .com. I'm not going to finish the URL, but like
is it
you
porn.com?
I don't know if that actually goes to a real website or not. It should.
Check it out,
Who
Josh.
owns porn.com? Someone must.
Josh, can you look that up for us?
Josh is looking up porn.com. What happened to the show?
Listen, I was waiting in the hallway before I came in. You guys were talking about poop for like 8 minutes.
This show used to have standards.
Did it?
I feel like it
I'm a
did.
long time listener, by the way.
Are you? You've listened to the show?
I don't admit that to many people because it makes me terribly insecure. But
no, that shouldn't make you insecure. That should make you feel cool. Like, this is a cool show. Come on, it's pretty cool.
Do you need me to tell you that?
Look, I'm terribly insecure about the quality of our show.
It's not your turn yet because I'm not done.
All right, well, put that on my list. That's on the docket.
That's okay. I can't read or write, so you'll have to do that for me. But once,
good point. All right.
I feel like we're getting somewhere. Listen.
Okay.
I was born with 2 left thumbs. All right.
So 2 thumbs on the left hand?
No,
or
both of my thumbs. When you look at my right hand,
yeah,
it's mirrored to look like my left hand.
Okay, so you have a thumb. Wait. So it's literally not a mirror in between, surely, because then you'd get a normal hand.
Right. No,
but if it were,
it's that one.
So it looks like this.
My right hand is
over.
a mirror of my left hand.
Like this. So your thumb is on the wrong side.
Can you at least describe that?
Well, people
so that
go to YouTube and watch the video.
Don't
I don't have time to spend so many words describing how I've got my... It's flipped around so that both thumbs are pointing in the same direction, but imagine if they weren't flipped and the thumb was just on the wrong side of the hand.
I think simply based off that interaction, I'm going to say that's not how it is. So that it was pointless for you to have to do that.
All right.
Because I'm so terribly insecure about my thumb.
So yeah,
it's a mirror of my left hand is my right hand. It's in the middle. All right, but every time I look at my right hand,
seems normal though, right?
It seems like I'm looking at a mirror image of my left hand. Okay.
Yeah.
And that makes me terribly insecure.
Well, that's how everybody is though. So I feel like everybody may.
But you're just saying that to make me feel better.
Well, here, look at my hands. See? It's a mirror image of each other.
I just don't like you're making it about you again.
No, I'm trying to... No, it's about you. I'm trying to comfort you.
You just want me to tell you your hands look really nice.
I'm saying if my hands look nice, so do yours.
You just want me to look at your sexy hands with your well-trimmed nails.
You are saying that your hands are sexy indirectly.
Your knuckles with just a little bit of hair on them, not too much, just enough.
I didn't notice that before. Now I'm kind of insecure about that.
Well, it's not your turn, okay? I'll tell you when it's your turn to complain. I mean, whatever the other one was.
I'm going to let that, I don't know, but because I don't understand the difference. But tell me, if you think my hands are sexy because of how symmetric, mirrored they are.
I'm not speaking for you when I say that.
But you think my hands are sexy because they're a mirror image of each other. I'm saying your hands are the same way. And so your hands are sexy too.
Your hands aren't sexy because they're a mirror image of each other.
Oh.
Your hands are just sexy, all right?
Oh, I mean,
you're making me feel insecure because your hands are so nice.
Well, show me your hands.
I'm not going to.
Pull them up over the table.
Insecure.
I know, but let me maybe give you You've got fine hands.
You're just saying that.
I'm not just saying
You're just saying that because you want to sleep with me.
This seems like a minefield because I want you to feel good about yourself. And I think you deserve love. I think someone out there is going to be the right person for you. They're going to want to sleep with you.
You're just saying that.
I am not sure.
You're physically attracted to me.
It's not my, I'm sorry. It's not my thing. I think you're a fine looking man, but I'm into virginers. And I don't believe you have a virgina.
I want you to say it.
For me.
I want you to say it properly.
Say what properly?
You're saying vagina.
Yeah.
And I think that's coming from a place of either you've never read it out loud.
I don't know that I read out.
Well, I can't read, so I don't know how it works. I don't know how you read. And I think you're negging me.
No,
you're physically attracted to me.
I'm not negging you. I'm saying you've got sexy hands. Are you dying of the sickness?
I'm dying.
Of the sickness? What sickness do you have?
I was
Jack Jim Joe.
You can call me Jack Jim Joe.
Yeah, Jack Jim Joe. How are you dying?
How am I dying?
Yeah, of what
slowly.
Sickness? No.
I'm dying so slowly.
Do you want me to kill you faster?
No, please.
That's a service I've provided in the past to other guests on the show.
I think you're making it about yourself again.
Man, you are very sensitive to any attention being taken away from you. I'm sorry.
This is the longest conversation I've had with anybody in my entire life, and I don't know what to do.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. How about this? You are insecure about a few different things. Is there something that we can do for you as your impromptu or ad hoc?
And that means current
club members.
Yes.
Is there anything we club members can do for you to make you feel less insecure?
I mean, you could just give me a lot of compliments really quickly.
All right, your hands are sexy.
You're just saying that because you want to sleep with me. This is ridiculous.
So, well, I mean, if you're not going to accept,
you don't really like me. You just like my body. Except for my hands, because nobody likes my hands.
I think your hands are fine.
You're just saying that.
If I'm not allowed to get through the compliments, I don't know how I'm going to be able to give you multiple.
You're an excellent tap dancer.
Thank you, Josh.
You're accepting that compliment?
That's how you compliment
He
somebody.
hasn't even seen you tap dance.
I worked hard. I took 40 classes in tap dancing. That's how you don't compliment somebody just because you think they want to hear it.
Oh,
I do want to hear it.
I mean, you are requesting the compliments.
But you don't do it just because.
No, but I'm also doing it because it's true. I'm saying that he's lying, clearly, because he's never seen you tap dance. I'll say that you are obviously a hard worker because you went to 40 different tap dance classes.
It sounds like you want something from me. What do you want? What do you really want? You can talk now.
Thank you. I am trying to make you feel less insecure. That's what I want.
Really?
Yes. It's how I began this conversation, this tact of questioning.
Nobody's ever talked.
I'm sorry, you're making me cry too.
You're silently crying over here.
My lips wobbling. I'm so sorry that you've been insecure.
You're just saying that because you want to sleep with me.
I do want to sleep with you, I'll admit it. Do you have a vagina, though? I feel like there's nothing I can do with you if there's not a vagina somewhere.
I want you to say it properly.
I don't know any other way.
It's not your turn to talk about this yet. But once it's your turn, we can talk about your issues, okay?
I'm sorry.
Okay, well, okay. That felt good, guys. Thanks.
All right, so we got past one insecurity, maybe.
Which one?
I don't know. But it seemed like there was kind of a breakthrough moment there.
I just kind of cry when I want to use people.
So you find yourself to be a manipulative person?
Not on average, but more than often.
Okay. Well, I don't know how you're defining often, but if it's more than often, that seems like it's an average scenario for you.
Well, more than often is above the average.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I manipulate people into coming to the church basement every weekend. I tell them that they need it to be a good person. And then when they show up, I kind of just tell them that, like, listen, as long as you will be a good person, as long as you tell me all of your insecurities, wait for me to finish.
Okay.
And then once I learn their insecurities, I would use that information against them.
Oh.
To bring them back next week.
Gotcha. Oh, okay. Well, I feel like you shouldn't have told us that, Josh and I, because at least I'm not going to speak for Josh. Only the audience can do that.
Well, you're going to show up because you want to sleep with me. Josh is a good person.
I do. I really want to sleep with you. But now I know that you're going to use this information against me, everything that I say to you.
No. I'm not going to use it against you. I'm just going to use it to bring you back next week. I'm going to say, like, oh, you told me you're insecure about... Well, you didn't tell me yet because now your turn. But when you do, you're going to tell me all sorts of stuff about how insecure you are. And then I'm going to say, like, oh, I'm going to release that information to your friends and family. Unless you come back next week and listen to me talk about my problems.
Okay, yeah. But I feel like knowing that now, I don't know if I want to go to the club anymore. Because it seems like
the club is already happening, baby.
But we're not in your church basement yet. As soon as you leave here, I'm going to lock the doors. I'm going to board them up and disconnect my phone and ruin my internet by peeing on the router so that you can't get in contact with me anymore. Because I'm scared of you, honestly, Jim Joe.
It's not your turn to talk about your fears.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I guess I don't know. I'll hear one of your insecurities. Okay.
Okay.
And then I'll let Josh comment on it once. And then I'll comment on Josh's comment. Okay?
Okay. So you ready to hear one?
It's your turn.
Okay, good.
I'm passing you the talking stick. That's yours. Now you need to whisper into it.
Slender stick. I feel like it could break at any moment. Okay. So my primary insecurity, I think, is my signature.
Your signature what? Your signature smell?
I suppose I have one of those too, but no, my actual physical signature. It's been compared to the likes of Shakespeare, and that's not a compliment.
It's not a compliment.
No, I've seen recently.
That's like somebody being like, ooh, I'm insecure about my feet. They're like this foot model that I want. They're like this famous foot model that everybody loves.
See, everybody thinks that Shakespeare was some genius, which he obviously was, but it did not extend to his handwriting, or at least his signature. It looks like monkey scribblings, and so does mine.
Yeah, but... Oh, sorry, Josh, make your comment.
Have you ever tried just doing your first and last initial as the signature?
I've tried, but even that ends up looking like a Picasso painting.
Again, another fucking work of art. Just comparing yourself to the most famous of artists.
It ends up looking like Da Vinci, but like not good Da Vinci, like some of his lesser works.
Yeah, some of his lesser works, like the Sistine Chapel.
Yeah, obviously that was very commercial. He was paid by the church to do it.
Thousands of years later, it's still going to be standing around. We're going to be talking about it. Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry.
But I mean, have you actually ever seen it? They tell you not to take photos. Do you know why? Because they're embarrassed by it. It's not his best work.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, they don't want to spread it around.
You should be insecure about other stuff.
I should?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So I brought up earlier that I was insecure about that I've never been able to land a female lady.
Land on one properly.
Yeah. Like I said, I've bowled them over.
Yeah.
And I'm never able to quite land on them.
And what is the technique that you use to listen?
Usually I try to get them by surprise. So, like, if they're looking the other way, making a cup of tea, I'll run at them full charge, and then I'll try to kind of grab them.
Is it because you can't run fast? Are you like a bad? Yeah. Are you slow?
I've got a bad leg. It's twisted sideways, so I can't really. I don't have a good gait.
That's disgusting.
I know you can't really tell sitting down.
Gross.
Well, there's no reason to be mean about it. Yeah, just because you add king after it doesn't mean it's a compliment.
You're a gross and ugly king.
Yeah, just because you add king to the end of it, it does not mean it's not an insult. Thank you, though.
You're king.
Yeah, you making disgusted noises at me and then adding the word king again does not make it in any way complimentary.
Agree to disagree, king.
That's fine.
This is how we work it out. This is how we wrap.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that last one.
This is good.
Okay. So how am I gonna fix male? Maybe I should just wait for our third guest, the pickup artist. But do you have anything for me on my insecurity there about landing on women?
About landing on women, listen. To quote my favorite musical artist of all time. What's his name?
Dre.
Dr. Seuss?
Yeah, my favorite musical artist of all time. Hop on Pop.
Yeah.
Something about hop gracefully. I don't know. Listen, I'm not good at this part. Usually I'm good about the one where you guys help me out.
Yeah, getting your complaints resolved.
I feel like I did a good job about like complaining really good.
Yeah, you
did. But in all fairness, I'll just kind of stick around, and at times once I'm feeling insecure, I'll say something else. I can't help you. You're kind of a lost cause, King.
Oh, no. Thanks. Well, very sweet of you to have stopped by.
You're just saying that. You're just saying that because you want me.
I've already admitted I do. You know that I want you. But you have downstairs. You have nothing for me down there. I want a vagina, and you have
I want you to say it.
You have nothing else.
You don't have
of interest. No, I'm not saying you don't have. It's
very interesting down there, by the way. I've had multiple doctors look down there and they go, interesting.
Why? A doctor calls you king? What a trendy doctor.
Because he's usually having to break some bad news to me, and I'm like,
"You've got cancer, King."
Blow, doc.
You've got genital warts, King.
And then I'm like, I want a second opinion, King, and he's like,
Doctor King.
No, he's not a real doctor. But and then I have somebody else come in, and I pull my pants out, and he just goes, interesting.
So the real doctor calls in a consult?
He calls it the real doctor.
Oh, so the real doctor sends in a fake one first?
Yeah.
Just to clear out like people who are faking their diseases or whatever.
A lot that happens more often than you think. When you get a checkup and they just like check your ears and your nose and shit, that's not a real doctor. That's just a guy that they're paying to do a little shit like that. And then the real doctor comes in. He's the one that's like, you know?
Yeah, I guess I've trusted the wrong kings in the past.
That's fair. Never trust a king who doesn't believe.
What? Believe in what?
I thought the hand signs kind of made that pretty obvious what I meant. Who doesn't believe,
Yeah, it didn't become obvious to me. Maybe I'm stupid, and I'm also insecure about that. But
your turn finished, remember?
Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. Again. Yeah. All right. Well, King Jack Jim Joe. I think this segment is about over. This is all I can tolerate.
Oh, it was over minutes ago.
I agree.
We're in extra time,
Yeah, we're on borrowed time. So we are going to take a quick break. And when we return, I guess, Jack Jim Joe, are you going to stick around and potentially complain a little bit more?
Complaints are left at the door. I will be talking about my insecurities.
Sure. Okay, excellent. So he's going to be sticking around to talk about his insecurities. And coming up, we will be introducing a world explorer. So stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Welcome to Earth.